Okay. So, what's up, everybody, man? I think I've been going. I don't know how long I've been going, but let me check. Um, One of the reasons why I was going is because this political shit just got out of hand to the point where I didn't know where it was gonna swing, and I was like, nah, I'm gonna just, Plus, I had certain personal records that I wanted to do, personal goals that I wanted to do, and referring to certain things, including my gaming, uh, beat certain records that I did in 2020, which I did. So I wanted to focus on personal shit and do everything else. So people would ask me about videos, and they was like, "Yeah, man, you see what you see what all these people are saying, and all this stuff they doing, and all this stuff that people saying and stuff." And one person that came along was like, your boy Man of Tomorrow is sounding more and more crazy because he's endorsing Kamala Harris. And I was like, well, that's his job, because he's Man of Tomorrow is more about money and taking advantage of the situation of money. He said it. I've been listening to Man of Tomorrow for a very, very long time, right? And one of the things is he's gonna take advantage of other people suffering, right? He said it during the whole, he didn't say anything about the the Biden administration about the hurricane shit, right? He didn't say anything about her having all these celebrity endorsements where the ratchet motherfuckers came out, and every single time every time they cater to black people, is always a twerk shit. There's never no scientists, black scientists, and then there was no black philosophers. They never, none of this stuff, they come forward. They always pushing out celebrities, right? And black male media first kind of alluded to this about 4 or 5 years ago, that says Man of Tomorrow wanted to make this to political stuff, right? And he became more of a political channel than anything else, right? So it was kind of weird listening to all these political stuff, and it was like, I thought he said he wasn't going to be on here. Yeah, it's been like what, a month that I haven't been on here. So it was like me just like stepping away. So we're gonna see the history. We're gonna see the stage to ask for entertainment, because we're gonna see right here. So his title is "Now That Trump Won, the Suffering is About to Be Immense," right? And it seems like to me that every single people out here act like nobody was suffering, nobody was losing jobs. There's so many layoffs out here. And these are people that are better than him and better than me, that run companies, and they lost every single thing. And then he'll probably say that they lost their money because they mismanagement and all that. But then you can't cover for the fact that these immigrants are getting all types of free shit handed to them, while people over here ain't getting handed shit at all. And it's not me, oh, I want something too. No, that's what these people are saying. And it's not just black people saying it. He's not going to talk about the Latino community or the Asian community watching this shit happen. So for the past couple of months, he been talking just about politics. And he been going all out of hand about politics. And he became a political channel. And it was just kind of like him talking down to everybody about politics. And I'm going to show you the contrast between Man of Tomorrow and how Zero did it, right? So we're going to listen to that right here, but let me look for a video and let y'all see, this beautiful girl dancing this beautiful Japanese Latino girl dancing and with the music. Let's
How's it going, everybody? Man, it's Mar here. I want to thank you guys for coming through on this Sunday night. Sorry for being late. If 13 million less people show up that participated the last time, that ain't got nothing to do with Kamala Harris. Because remember, Donald Trump had no plans at all.
Now, he's being kind of, I don't know what he's talking. I mean, like I said, he has this superiority complex saying that Donald Trump had no plans. And mind you, Man of Tomorrow was acting like Biden was this, like, you know, great president or whatever, and, you know, how he was, you know, running the country and stuff. And then they had the debate and, you know, he lost. And not only did he lost, he pulled out because it made him look crazy, right? You can't say he had no plan when you keep talking about that Project 2025. Y'all make a point of saying that about Project 2025. Right? Y'all keep talking about that. Like I said, I don't like this political stuff, but the difference is that I stay away from this shit because I know politics overseas and it's a lot more different than over here. And I'm gonna show you the difference between the political stuff over here and the political stuff over here, right? So basically what it's going to be is him just saying that men need to organize and, you know, this and this and that for their side. Why would they need to organize when they have Elon Musk? They have all these different people right now that they put in place that have more money than anything. He's trying to tell them to people to, you know, if you're going to be on that side, show it in public or whatever, right? I mean, there's so many people, quote unquote, crashing out online right now that they're showing what kind of side they're on because of the stuff that they're saying online. The same shit that you said that, you know, Man of Tomorrow said that the red pill was radical extremists. You got people taking their own lives because Trump won. You got somebody, you have stories out here where if it was true, let's see.
And he won with no plan. So he owes you nothing.
So, mind you, there were streams in him saying that Kamala Harris is going to win. He made streams about that, right? He made streams that saying that Kamala Harris had it in the bag and Trump would never win, right?
He owes you nothing. And your vote and your numbers were not significant enough to really make that massive of a difference at all for him.
So, and this is what I don't like about them is that they go after people, but they don't say any names, right? Here we go. A man took his own family's life after Trump's victory. So, a man named Andrew Nathan, Anthony Nephew, that's a dumb name, but Anthony Nephew shot himself and his wife, ex-partner, and 2 kids after November 5th election. But we want to talk about extremists on the red pill side. I mean, he went after that. I mean, he had certain people in his chat, that was going against Passport Bros. I even showed the video and stuff. He didn't listen to it or whatever. And I started seeing this stuff like more and more, right? That he was ignoring certain things because he said it didn't matter. And then he started calling people in the manosphere, the people that he was supposed to, somebody he was helping, that he's not going to help them no more. And he's going to change the whole society, just him alone. Now, I don't know if it was a dig at him, but Zero even said this on his stream, like, you can't do that alone. You can only do so much alone. You have to have a collective mindset, and they all have to come together and change everything. And now saying that's significant, and I'm going to tell you the truth, they're right. They're right about black men didn't make any difference. It was white women, Latino men, and Asian Americans that made the biggest difference. One of the things is it wasn't because it's a black woman. It was because how y'all was acting and what y'all was saying. What y'all was doing and what y'all was saying scared the shit out of them because they see how you act when you have power. Remember, Man of Tomorrow is the same person who not talking about what happened in 2020 when all the looting and rioting. Mind you, he was in a truck driving across the thing. He never stays in one place in order to soak in things. He sees things from a narrow point of view where he just, I see it over here. I see this over here. But he doesn't soak it in and stuff. He doesn't soak that environment in long enough to know what the hell going on. He just goes into town, look at places, and then just say what he sees. He doesn't soak this shit in. He didn't see this shit. I seen it. I have pictures of everything that happened in 2020. It's nothing compared to what happened in January 6th. And the after effects of that damn, all the shit that they did, it made fucking black people look like fucking animals. And it made black people so fucked up that even your own side, that Man of Tomorrow never probably going to talk about, is the fact is, those side didn't see black people as viable options. This is the same textbook thing that happened in the UK and in Canada and all these other places because they wanted to bring these people over here to make these people vote the way they want and replace black people. All types of cities. They wanted to recreate this stuff so they can have a new, fresh coat of voters and get rid of the old voters that they had to cater to. Because I can tell you right now, they're not going to bring no Latino people on, no Latino telenovela people on there. They're not going to bring no Mexican, they're not going to bring no Mexican stars on there to sway the vote for their country. They're not going to bring Jackie Chan to endorse anything. They didn't do that. They got the vote for that. They didn't bring any celebrities for those type of people for their side in their culture.
For him to win, what happened was he basically got the same amount of votes, a little bit more, just a little bit more than what he got back from 2016. So what did that say? His people came out. His people,
yes, they did.
His people came out. And yes, the Democrats didn't seem to come out. Now, there are those who are questioning how 30 million
ticket. There was still a sea of red everywhere. The moment Biden dropped out of the race, all that memorabilia disappeared. All the signs disappeared across Pennsylvania. Most of them. I spent a lot of time in Western Pennsylvania to the east. And let me tell you, all this stuff just kind of disappeared as soon as Kamala Harris came on the ticket. And it's the same for Iowa, the same for Wisconsin. I haven't been to my property in Michigan yet. Let me clear that up. I haven't been to Michigan at all. So at this point, we have to go back to 2016. I understand people voting for Trump in 2016. You had a very, very bad candidate in Hillary Clinton. You had a very, very bad primary season. You had people overshooting the polls, which dropped the actual turnout because they thought Trump couldn't get anywhere close to winning. You had a bunch of people on this protest vote nonsense who voted third party, voted independent, voted Green Party, all that type of stuff. And we ended up with a DJP presidency as a result. Not surprising.
Well, we also had the Comey nowhere on the stage this time around. First time he was with Trump after the January 6th and all that kind of stuff.
Now, this is the prediction, right? Everybody can have their own opinion about stuff, right? One thing I don't like is people having certain information, having certain positions, and then they pretending that they know it all, right? And then when they're wrong, somehow now we're suffering. We're going to suffer. The world is going to end. America's going to go fall into free fall. Everybody's watching what's happening. I watched so many stores close in 2023, 2022. There's no GameStops around here no more. They're broke. I mean, they're done. They're broke. You know the reason why? Because of fucking looting and rioting. That shit became a trend after 2020. Something that you guys not talking about. That everybody is losing fucking property now out here. Companies don't see valuable. I went up to some of the better neighborhoods and they still got their stuff. They still got their shit. There's nobody robbing up there and near those places, right? The certain target places, they got now armed security now, right? No one's talking about the fact that a lot of places are now becoming digital package only. There's areas now that they have no places to shop and none of that stuff no more. But, you know, she's going to win. It wasn't just the people that somehow showed up for Trump in 2016. It was more people because they was affected by this shit. They seen how wild animal black people got. And then on top of that, one side told them that they couldn't lock the right people up because somehow they were all the wrong people to lock up and cops couldn't do their jobs. Now, I understand that cops do the bullying shit, but as a former police officer like Man of Tomorrow, he should have been telling you guys that cops like to arrest people and put tickets on people to add more money to their precinct and general area or whatever it is, right? They give tickets to random tickets to people. The parking authority does the shit. They take more money out of people's pockets. They just make up some situations to get more money, extra money out of people's pockets so they can put it in their pockets. From traffic tickets to the parking, all the parking laws to get more money out of people who got cars. The police use these arrest records, the traffic stops as arrest records, and hopefully they can arrest somebody and somebody acts out and it could be an arrest on their record. Cops are all about numbers and promotions. And I don't know why Man of Tomorrow didn't talk about how robotic some of the cops really are, where they don't care about protecting and serving and solving cases. They care about their career. Just like a lawyer or a DA or a judge. It's all about numbers. It's all about a career win. It's all about making themselves look good. Have medals and everything else. They don't really care. Most cops don't care about the community like that. That they police. They care about getting an arrest record, making themselves look good for a whole entire year. He didn't say anything like that. He just kept alluding to the fact that, you know, he was a cop. He was a cop. He's a cop. He's MP. He's seen this. It would have been better if he would have put it out there, made it clear. Like I said, it's going to be a stark difference between Zero explaining politics and Man of Tomorrow explaining politics. It's like he's talking down to you, but he's still the president of the so-called space, which I don't like the way you talk. I don't want to. You shouldn't talk down to people. If you think you're better than them, then go somewhere else. Go to your own people. This is why I said before. Never talk to people who don't have any rivals. Don't listen to people who don't have any rivals. I said that years ago. Don't listen to people that don't have any rivals. Because if they're so good, then all it is them talking down to people that they think they're better than, instead of being around people that they can actually converse with and somebody who they can compete with. Because when you can compete with somebody, you can't talk down to them. When you face to face and y'all in the same level, you can't talk to each other like that. You can only go into a space and tell people, hey.
That went on and his loss and MOT, I think you've explained it. Renaissance Man, you haven't.
The insurrection from the kitchen across from the Oval Office.
See, and they keep talking about the insurrection. This whole fucking country had an insurrection in 2020. You think that these companies was going to take that big ass hit and then take it lying down, and then eventually when they all build their businesses up and, oh, the insurance is going to take care of it. These people didn't stop in these areas. These people didn't stop to the point where Los Angeles, New York, it looked different. Even Zero talked about how New York looked totally different than it went a couple years ago when he was there. It looks dead. And he said it's closed. There's a guy online, I forgot his name. He used to own property in New York. He's a good businessman, somewhat. And he basically bounced out of fucking New York. He bounced out of all these different places. Because he couldn't operate in those areas no more. So, let's,
No idea. But when they want to ask for things and the way they want to put.
So saying stuff like this, saying nearly all black men that support Donald Trump was a mainstream media and a social media grift. So everybody that support Kamala Harris is not a grift. And all this stuff, I was looking at all this stuff and I was like, man, I gotta get out this stuff. I was like, and people kept telling me like, hey man, you know, what's wrong with him? Why does he keep saying this stuff? Why he's backing Kamala Harris, blah, blah, blah. I'm like this is getting out of hand. So let's listen to one person.
So my girls are always complaining about work, but who needs a job when you can manifest a
There up and they done it anyway. This motherfucker left the governor of Alabama to 1988. Now, do y'all remember 1988?
I was 7, but I remember something a little bit.
Yeah, but water fountains, you could drink out of whatever. Yeah. Did you have to go in the back unless you was robbing the joint, you know? But different topic. But y'all can go in the front, go sit down, eat, go to Cadillac dealership. That's him. Go to the dealer, buy cars and whatever. You didn't have to do none of that shit, right? What was in the package for Negroes then that voted for George Wallace up to 1988? There was none.
Okay.
There was none. And they lined up and they done it anyway.
So what he's getting alluding to is that Kamala Harris had nothing for black people. It was all about abortion, identity politics, and everybody said the same shit about her. It was nothing for black people. Oh, no, she was going to do this. No, it wasn't anything specifically for black people. It was all about abortion rights and all this other stuff. Because like I said, Man of Tomorrow said something about, them trying to do this and that. And all this stuff didn't come to fruition right now. And he's like, I know things behind the scenes. It's like, it didn't come to fruition yet. None of this came to fruition. Y'all, the stuff that people been saying for years never came through. And I hold people accountable to what everybody say out their mouth. I'm like, hey, man, none of this shit happened. The Lawrence guy said something about something happening a couple years ago, and the shit didn't happen. And like, if you know something's going to happen, let it happen. But then people like me who don't have all this money and power and all this other stuff, I predicted that the companies was going to get their revenge. I said it years ago. I said, the company's going to remember what y'all did to them. And they're going to pull out. And then I said that hopefully these people ain't going to keep doing this stuff. And they kept doing it. Now, every single place that I go to now, multiple places, even in some of the best neighborhoods, got security now. You should see how many security guards that are now being hired in Philadelphia alone. You should see it. But Man of Tomorrow's not going to talk about that. The security industry is getting up there now. Especially in certain areas. Armed security is up now because these companies want to protect their fucking product and they're losing billions of dollars, millions of dollars. They're closing places. I remember I went to a place and I just discovered this place. It was there for years. In like 3-4 months, the shit was closed because there's people running out there. They had guards in there and I'm like, what happened? I'm like, I just discovered this store. What happened? Like, yeah, it's closing down. We got tired of going after people. And I'm like, and I talked to the girl, and I'm like, yeah, this is what happened when did they let the people go around taking shit, robbing stuff. I said the loot and the riot and shit that happened, it had an effect. And he's like, yeah. He's like, yeah, I said that myself. I'm like, yeah, it had an effect. It did. It had an big effect. Like, these companies wasn't gonna allow. I also seen where it was all black people, and it replaced them with Latinos. The McDonald's that I knew near, they replaced them with all Latinos because they was ineffective. In the work environment, they was replacing black people. If you don't know Spanish or you can't get along with them, they're gonna replace you and get rid of you because you're trouble or you ain't organized, right? So,
motherfucker left and came back. Ran on the segregation, ran for president as a segregation. Being there all day because y'all motherfuckers don't know how to act right. Nah, Miss Nancy, will you make me a plate when it's time for me? Oh yes, George, you know I will. You mean old Peckerwood, you.
Yeah, another Hey, Nick, hold on a second. Hold on.
And everybody's talking about that right there. I would love to see the back and forth between Man of Tomorrow and Nick. And their differences. Because like I said, you don't I can't listen to somebody who don't have any rivals. right? Because he'll say all this stuff about conservative men and take shots at them, but he won't invite a Nick Taylor on there or Zero. I would love to see a Zero versus Man of Tomorrow about politics, because this is the difference between Man of Tomorrow talking about politics when he's talking shit down to people. Oh, you need to do this and do that, and yeah, man, you guys don't matter and all that stuff. It's the case. A lot of these guys who are saying that they matter, they didn't matter. They didn't come. A lot of them, it was just craziness, right? Mind you, SYSBM. Let's see what Mad Bus Driver is doing right now. What is he talking about? Mad Bus Driver. So let's he's not talking about anything politics. Nothing. Right? He's not talking about politics. Nothing. And one thing I respect about him is he didn't want nothing to do with the politics shit. So let's see. Let me see if I can do that.
Santos clutch.
Okay. The analytics not working. Okay, let me try this. Solo TV 84. Okay, there we go. Let's okay. Let's see if I can get that real quick. I'm trying to find it. I'm trying to use the analytics. Yeah, boop, boop, boop. Okay. Calls out. Okay, too many letters, too many things, too many letters. Oh, damn it. Let's see. Xanatos.
Santos clutch.
Okay, put it in there. Okay, let's see if I can grab his videos when he talked about Passport Bros. Okay, there we go.
So, wow.
Now let's see him talking about well, he's not talking about politics. He's an SYSBM. I could find a whole list of people. Babatunde Humana, I don't think he's on here. Let's I'll do that. You'll listen to Zero talk about it, and I'll find Babatunde. I still got his thing in my my thing, his website, so I can find it. Let's go right there and let's listen to the difference of two people talking about politics.
You know, anyway. so that's my thing on censorship. Yeah, fuck them niggas. But anyway, some quick hit points on the election shit, man. Like, we all saw what happened. So let's go down like the track record shit, right? So some quick hit points on the new candidate. We all, Trump was in office for 4 years. We already got his job performance, right? But we'll go over it anyway. But if you look at Kamala, she had no real interactions with her voters. It was all scripted. Like, when did you see her just like talking to people outside of it being some type of, I don't know, reality show situation? You never saw it. You never saw it. And the thing is, usually when a puppet is being controlled, it's not that obvious. Like, when professionals do it, like when Obama would have his scripted moments with people, excuse me, it looked organic. Even if it wasn't obvious. Even though, you know, it was scripted, obviously, but
one thing that I respect about Zero is that he knows how to construct a breakdown without insulting people like that 100%, right? And he knows how to like not try to, you know, when he's telling you stuff, like somebody like Zero can be a great teacher, right? Somebody who can tell you and learn you and stuff, because when you're conveying information to people, you have to give them different options and different types of ways for them to process the information. You can't give them one way. You got to give them at least 3 ways, right? And once they process the information, they can either take it or they leave it. They can take 1 piece of information, 3 pieces of information, or they take certain parts of the information and they process it, and then they take it and throw the rest away. Like, if I tell somebody that blue gives you superpowers, I can talk about blue, the sky is blue, and then I can tell you the sky is blue, and yeah, man, you know, the sky is blue, blah, 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 blah. Oh yeah, man, wearing a blue shirt is this and this and that, and doing like this, and blah, 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 and oh my God, blue's this, and you know, blue color makes you more attractive, blah, blah, blah. But then I say blue, if you drink blue, if you eat blue popsicles, it gives you superpowers. How many do you think that they're gonna remember all that other shit that I said about blue? Sky's blue, you know, blues get you attractive. No, they're gonna say, oh, it got superpowers. They're gonna take that 1 piece of information about blue popsicles and gives you superpowers, and they're gonna take that. You gotta give certain you gotta fold certain information up where they can actually process it in a certain way, but you can't dumb it down all the time.
General to the average person, his interactions with people did not look scripted. It just looked organic. It just looked like he was, you know, Obama looked like he just fucked with you for real. You know, same thing with Clinton, same thing. Even with Bush, it just looked like they scripted meetings with public people looked organic. And now and the thing is, they can't have unscripted meetings with the general public. That's how you get killed. The fuck. So of course everything is scripted. There's a bunch of security surrounding presidential candidates and shit. So that's gonna be meeting with people like that. But at the very least, when other politicians did it, it looked organic. But with her, it did not look organic. The shit just looked crazy. This is the worst shit ever. But outside of that, that's cosmetic shit, right? That's cosmetic. Another hit point was the fact that there was no policy positions. So when Biden went down, there were no policy positions at all. You couldn't even go to their website and look at any type of current policy that she was going to run on. Who remembers that? There wasn't even policies that were in the...
So on slayingevil.com, that's Babatunde Omana's website, he even talks about the Trumps and stuff like that, right? This is SYSBM guys right here. They're not taking that side, right? So we got a lot of videos, because I still mess with I still mess with a lot of people with SYSBM, you know? I still look at their videos. I still support them behind the scenes. Stop telling yourself short. Do better. Western women are dummies. So let's real quick. Let's do the what is it? 11th and 8th, 2020, 2024. Right. Let's look at it. Yep. He got the videos of these women going absolutely bonkers. I don't know if Babatunde Omana will let me do that, but I don't think he'll let me. But I'm gonna give you certain video. I'm gonna give you right. He got all these videos of these motherfuckers losing it. So hopefully he don't want me to take it down. But all right. Even he talked about these motherfuckers going crazy and doing all this shit, man. So
proposal or initialization phases. Who remembers that? No policy positions at all. And then, because of that, when it got really close, like maybe some weeks out to D-Day, they started stealing policy points and switching positions on issues like the border, finance, and energy. Who remembers that? It was ban fracking, then switched. It was defund the police, then switched. It was open the border, then switched. And then one of the ones, so Trump let out one of his policy points was like, no tax on tips, right? No tax on tips. Now, to be honest with you, I don't know how viable that is. I was never the one that thought that was going to be a thing. If it does become a thing, I'm going to clap my hands and applaud for that. But the only reason I'm skeptical on the no tax on tips from either party is because, so what